What's up,
Hey
guys?
guys!
What's going on? So, back for another Rangers post-game, and what a game it was.
Yeah.
Rangers against Washington Capitals. Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous going into this one because it's fucking Washington.
Yeah.
And they're ridiculous, top of the division. Probably up there if we were doing conference. I'm sure they'd be falling somewhere within like the top 5 of conferences if that was a thing this year. They were 6-1-4, 5-1-4 going into this. I don't remember. They had only had one regulation lost. So seriously, what a game by the Rangers. I'll just get to that. There wasn't a bad thing. Well, I can't say that. There's always bad things and stuff. But as far as the Rangers go, they just went out there and straight out played them. Straight out played Washington. I mean, Washington did make it close with a late period goal by, of course, Ovechkin on a face-off win.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my god.
But I mean, other than that, Rangers just looked great. Shesterkin with some early saves, a breakaway within the first 10, like a mini breakaway within the first 10 seconds of the game. A couple of deflections in on him. Pucks bouncing around. I mean, but the Rangers just went out there. And I've been saying this every game. The Rangers need to play 60 minutes. That's how you're going to win games. 60 minutes of hockey, and you can win. You could beat anybody. And that's exactly what they did. They went out there, they played 60 minutes against Washington. Some minor fumbles and bumbles here. They killed off 4 Washington power plays after coming off killing 6 Pittsburgh penalties the game before. So Rangers penalty kill has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So, goals in the game. Strome, 2 goals. He opened the scoring.
First period. Pretty early on.
Period, yeah.
They took the lead right away.
Yeah. Bietto. Wow. If anyone gets a chance, and I don't usually say this, go and watch that Bietto goal. Bietto is new. Yeah, I think this was his second game with the Rangers.
Second game with the Rangers. He's like 30 years old, but this is second game with the Rangers.
He scored a goal. He scored a highlight reel goal. He pretty much took the puck in deep around the boards, skated, horseshoed around the net, cut to the slot, went in, backhanded it. The entire goal was on him.
It was great.
Someone
had something with it, but like he's from New York, so he's really excited to play for the Rangers. Yeah. He was a Rangers fan like all growing up, so all this Rangers stuff, and so he got his goal tonight.
Yeah, well, and what a goal it was.
Yeah.
Seriously, what a goal. And then of course Washington gets some kind of fluky ass goal off of Carl Hagelin's arm. Not much Shesterkin could do. Still tried to glove it, couldn't track it.
They reviewed it too.
They reviewed
questionable,
it. But I knew it was gonna count because he didn't bat it in. It just bounced off his arm. You know how anybody who watches hockey knows how that goes. That goal's gonna count like 9 out of 10 times. And then Panarin 3 assists. This is his second game in a row with 3 points. And Buchnevich had the empty net. Washington pulled the goalie. Buchnevich gets the empty netter. Yep. They tried to set Strome up for the hat trick, but he couldn't get it. And he missed an empty net earlier with the goalie playing the puck. Yeah. So Strome could have had a potential 4-goal night tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate it didn't end up like that. It really rarely does. That players go out there and put up 4 or 5 goals. But the last time Washington played against the Rangers, Zibanejad had 5 goals. So that would have been interesting if Strome somehow came out with even a hat trick or 4 goals.
Like he could score when it was tougher. When it was an empty net, he couldn't get it in.
Yeah, exactly. Strome gets a deflection, and then he gets a 2-on-1 from Panarin on his goals. And like I said, Bietto with a great goal, and then Buchnevich with the icing on the cake. So this is huge for the Rangers. The Rangers needed this win. Like I said, after all this Tony DeAngelo stuff. So now they go in after beating Pittsburgh. They come out, they play the best team in the division, and really just, like I said, it was a close game. 3-2, and then the Rangers got the extra on. But if you watch the game, you could tell the Rangers outplayed them. They outplayed them for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Sticks were in the right places. That was the one thing that stuck out in my mind during this game. I said it a couple times during the stream. The Rangers were breaking up passes. A lot of sticks in the right spot, breaking up passing lanes, blocking shots. Shesterkin making saves when he had to, big saves. Giving Washington now only their second loss in regulation. So the morale after Rangers come out here and beat Washington, and after dumping Tony D, at this point, if I was the Rangers going into the locker room, I'd be confident that I could beat any team in this division. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of hockey to be played, and things are going to happen to this team. They're not going to go out and win the next 48 games or anything like that in a row. You never know, maybe they will, but beating this team tonight can truly, truly, really bring this team together. You have a lot of young kids out there, maybe doubted themselves sometimes during the season, but after the performance they put on tonight, they just played a good game. Like I said, it's simple as that. They outplayed the Capitals. I mean, yes, Ovechkin got one. Very rarely are you going to keep Ovechkin off the scoreboard because he's just that kind of player. He's dynamic. He's going to find a way. He's just one of those rare players that have that gift. And just, Kevin Rooney even had a point tonight. And it's nice to see him. He's been getting points, for a fourth-line player. Just like I said, Shesterkin, when he was called upon, great saves. Defense played great. Rangers got pucks in deep. Made Washington have to turn their backs, chase pucks. This is a short and sweet one here. It was just a good game.
Yeah.
It was really, nothing else to bat down about this game. Hilak, what's his name? The new guy, 25.
Lieber.
Lieber Hayek was in the game tonight for defense because Brendan Smith and Jack Johnson are still out. Colin Blackwell's still out. Philip Heedle's still out. So this team is still going through some injuries and everything. So these young players are, well, I can't say young. I don't know how old Hayek is. I know Bieto's like 28, 29, right?
Bieto's 30.
30.
Yep.
So these players are getting a chance to make a name for themselves and getting a chance to play, even to 30 years old. Yeah.
Lieber, I wanted to see him do more because I heard him say in his interview and also David Quinn's interview talking about how he's a good player and he wants to do good and he just his confidence lacks and that messes with his mind and he can't follow through. So I was really hoping, but he didn't do anything wrong tonight.
No.
He was fine. So hopefully that helps build his confidence up.
It was very hard to point out a bad player on this Ranger team tonight.
Who was a bad player was the ref.
The ref made a pretty egregious call on a knee-to-knee on Kakko and Dylan. And it was so obvious that Dylan stuck out his Washington defenseman stuck out his knee on Kakko. Kakko fell down. They call Dylan for tripping, and they call Kakko for embellishment. And that 4-on-4 was intense. The Washington Capitals almost tied it up because you don't want to give them 4-on-4 with all that ice.
Yep.
They ended up ringing one off the crossbar when it was 3-2. And I was like, here we go again. I mean, a blatant situation that could have been a Ranger power play turns into a 4-on-4 for a bullshit embellishing call on Kakko. Yep. Kakko is 19. He doesn't know how to embellish yet. Give him a couple of years, and maybe some of the veterans will be like, yo, you start embellishing calls. You might get it. And calling him embellishing on Kakko is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. And it was clearly not. It was clear. If you watch the play, it was obviously not.
No, absolutely not. Even people on the stream were like, that's fucking bullshit, this and that. And I completely agree.
Yeah.
But like I said, other than maybe one penalty that somebody took in the game at the end of the period after the Carl Hagelin goal, somebody took a penalty. It was Brett Howden.
Right.
If Brett Howden had a breakaway, he missed it too.
But he was trying.
He was out there. His name was mentioned a lot tonight by me. He stood out as one of the players. Zibanejad again kept off the scores the scoreboard. Just like he's struggling really, only with 2 points. Yeah. So I mean, hopefully Panarin's starting to come alive. Yeah. So hopefully Panarin and Strome, maybe
Panarin and Strome are
maybe Panarin and Stroman and Zibanejad. I know there's two centers on one line, but I know Strome could probably play on the wing. Maybe put Zibanejad on the wing. We'll see what happens here. Just to get him going. So anyway, like I said, really, really kind of. Even though it was a 4-2 game and Washington get on the board, the Rangers played a great game. Probably the best game they played next to the 5-0 win against the Islanders, who we face on Monday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you have anything to add.
No, I mean it's a second game, second win in a row with a 2-goal lead. I know
Yeah.
both games, the last goal was like last few minutes, but still,
Yeah.
regardless, that's a score.
We only bring that up because of how many fucking 1-goal games
Yes.
the Rangers were losing like a week ago.
Right. So we're doing good. Since they're not playing on Saturday because the Devils are out for right now, it's nice that they are going through this weekend with a win. I'm
Yeah.
glad they're not sitting on a loss, having to go all the way until Monday. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, no, this is exciting now for the Rangers to come off that win.
Yeah.
Like I said, that does huge things for team morale in that locker room tonight.
Yeah.
And moving forward, knowing that you gave Washington your full effort, and you could beat any team in this division now because they probably are, next to Boston, and maybe Philly, who has their own issues going on. That is probably the toughest team in this division, is Washington.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Catch you on the next one. Have a great Super Bowl weekend.
Peace.